Welcome, my dear learners, for this course on dynamics of machines. In this module 2, we were discussing on balancing of rolling masses and balancing of reciprocating masses. In our previous lecture, I have introduced you people to the concept of balancing of rolling masses, and we have discussed how to balance a single rolling mass with the counterbalancing mass rolling in the same plane, and how to balance single rolling mass with the balancing masses rolling in different planes. Moving ahead, in today's lecture, we are going to solve balancing of several rolling masses rolling in same plane. So I am discussing the solution for the question bank, which I have attached through the link given below in the description. Kindly click on the link given in the description to get access to the question bank. For that question bank, I will be discussing the solution in this lecture series. So moving ahead, for balancing of several rolling masses rolling in same plane, as I said, if the masses are rolling in same plane, then static balancing is enough to balance the system of masses completely. If the masses are rolling in different planes, then we should use dynamic balancing to balance the masses completely. So if you carefully observe, this is several masses rolling in same plane, hence static balancing is enough to balance these several masses for the complete balancing. That is, vectorial sum of centrifugal forces must be equal to 0 graphically, which means that if I draw a force polygon, it should be a closed one. So force polygon is enough to completely balance the system of masses because all these masses are rotating in same plane. So moving ahead, the problem number 1 on balancing of rolling masses rolling in same plane states that 3 masses m1, m2 and m3 with 10, 9 and 16 kgs respectively revolve in the same plane with radii 100, 125 and 50 mm. Angular position of masses m2 and m3 are 60 degree and 135 degree from m1. Determine the position and magnitude of mass m4 at radius 150 mm to balance the system. So if I list out the data given and directly move for the solution of the problem. So the problem 1 of our discussion on several masses rolling in same plane, we have, so first I should draw the tabular column. First lay down the tabular column. First column is masses, unit is kg. He has given mass m1 is 10 kg, mass m2 is 9 kg, mass m3 is 16 kg, and he is asking us to find what is the mass m4. So unit I have mentioned in the top itself in the heading of the column. So he is asking us to find what is the mass m4, and coming for radius, which he has specified in millimeters as 100, 125 and 50. He has also mentioned the radius of rotation of balancing mass m4, which is 150 millimeters. So this is the given data for us. Let us solve this problem. Now, as I said, for masses rolling in same plane, just static balancing is enough, which means that I should check for closed force polygon. So we know the formula for centrifugal force, that is m omega square r. Here the shaft speed rpm is not specified, so therefore omega is also unknown for us. No need to worry, let us take omega as common and move to RHS, that is summation of force is equal to 0. Take omega outside, move it to RHS, 0 by omega will become 0, that is analytical solution. When I do graphically, since omega is constant for all the masses, for all the centrifugal forces developed by mass m1, m2, m3 and m4, omega remains same because all the masses are attached to the shaft. If shaft rotates at 100 rpm, 100 square will be multiplied for all these 4 masses, correct? So thereby all these 4 masses will be magnified by some amount. 100 omega square will be get multiplied by for all the masses, for all the forces. So thereby I will get a bigger diagram when I draw the graphical force polygon. So instead of which I will remove omega, I will take force as force by omega square is equal to m into r, or it is as good as we are assuming omega as unity. Hence formulating the block tabular column, Next is centrifugal force. Since omega is not known and omega is constant for all the 4 masses, I will take omega to LHS. So therefore I left out the centrifugal force as m into r. This can be done if and only if it is constant. So here omega is constant for all the masses because all the masses are attached to the same shaft or same rotating element. So now the unit will become kg millimeters. Now I want the product, that is 10 into 100 is 1000, 9 into 125 is 1125, 16 into 50 is 800. Here I have 150 m4 which is unknown for me. So this completes the tabular column. Hope you clearly understood how the tabular column is formulated. So first 2 columns is the given data, third column is required for force polygon. Since we are solving graphically, the summation of force is equal to 0 is nothing but the closed force polygon. Now how many unknowns are there in this tabular column is my question. You think it over and tell me how many unknowns are there in this tabular column. Through visual inspection you people will say M4 only one unknown. No, that is wrong. We want the angle of rotations. We want the angular positions of these masses, which we term it as direction. Direction is also very important for us. If you carefully observe the question, what he has specified, he has specified the angular position of masses with reference to M1, and he has not stated what is the angular position of mass M4. So therefore direction of M4 is also an unknown for us here. So therefore 2 unknowns are there in this problem. One is magnitude of mass M4 and its direction. So in order to know the direction, let us draw the space diagram. So draw the space diagram. Space diagram is one which indicates the angular positions. Since he has given the direction of masses with reference to M1, I will take M1 at 0 degree, that is positive x-axis. M2 is at an angle of 60 degree to M1. M2 at an angle of 60 degree to M1, and M3 is at an angle of 135 degrees to M1. So therefore from M1 if I measure 135 degree will come here. So this is the position of mass M3. So this is also specified, which is 135 degrees. Now M4 is unknown. Keep M4 arbitrarily anywhere you want. Let us check what is that angle theta. So this theta is one more unknown for us. Theta is another unknown for us given in this problem. The angular positions can be specified in 2 different ways. One is with a common reference M1 or from the positive x-axis. Second thing is you can give with reference to the successive masses, that is between mass M1 and M2, between mass M2 and M3, between mass M3 and M4. Carefully you should note down. That is very important while constructing the graph or the force polygon. Now as we know, for this problem just summation of force is equal to 0 is enough. Static balance is enough for masses rotating in same plane. So moving for force polygon, I should draw a polygon for these 4 sides, and that must be a closed one. That will give me the solution now. In order to do that, I will fix up an scale first. So if I fix up an scale, I will take a scale as 1 centimeter is equal to, next moving for the solution, that is force polygon. In order to draw the force polygon, I want the scale. So I will take a scale as 1 centimeter is equal to, seems to me if I take 100 it is good, so therefore I will take it as 100 kgmm. 100 kgmm. So this will become 10 centimeter, this will become 11.25 centimeter, this is 8 centimeters, which I can solve. So therefore this scale is not constant, it depends or it varies from person to person. But choose a scale as low as possible in order to minimize the error. If you take smaller the scale, error will be minimum. If you take larger the scale, then error accumulation will be more and more. So therefore, try to take the scale as small as possible. Now for this scale, the dimensions will be in terms of centimeters. This will be 1000 by 100 is 10. This is 11.25 and this is 8. So divide everything by scale. 1000 by 100 is 10, 1125 by 100 is 11.25, 800 by 100 is 8. Now we know angles. Let us solve this problem. That is, first let me lay down M1. The length is 10 centimeter and angle is 0 degrees. So first let us lay down M1. So 10 centimeter at an angle of 0 degrees drawn. 10 centimeter at an angle of 0 degree. So this is centrifugal force of mass 1. So O will take it as A. Now the second mass M2, length is 11.25 centimeter, angle is 60 degrees with reference to M1, that is with reference to horizontal. So 11.25 centimeters at an angle of 60 degrees. So first let me mark 60 degrees. Let me mark 60 degrees marked. Now the length is 11.25. So I drawn 11.25 centimeters at an angle of 60 degrees. This is B. Angle is measured, which is 60 degrees. Length is 11.25 centimeter. This is 10 centimeter. Now moving for mass 3, 8 centimeter at an angle of 135 degrees with reference to mass M1. Again with reference to horizontal I should measure. So now with reference to horizontal, keep horizontal. With reference to horizontal, measure 135 degrees. 135 degrees measured. So end of one is the beginning for another. Hence end of force F2 is the beginning for force F3. Now it is 8 centimeters. So I should draw 8 centimeters. So I drawn 8 centimeters at an angle of 135 degree from the horizontal. So this angle is known, which is 135 degrees. As I said, for complete balance, summation of centrifugal forces is equal to 0, which is nothing but you should form a closed polygon. So therefore, now close this. Closing side should give 150 M4. So that is, if I close this, so this should give, closing side should give the answer. So therefore, we know the solution for this problem, that is 150 M4 must be equal to line length CO into scale. How much is line length CO is measuring? Line length CO is measuring 15 plus 3.4. 15 plus 3.4 is 18.4. So it is measuring 18.4 centimeters for me. 18.4 into scale is 100. Sorry, 18.4. 18.4 centimeters. This is equal to 150 M4. Hence, the magnitude of mass 4 is equal to 180. Sorry, 18.4 into 100 divided by 150, which is 12.266, which is nothing but 12.27 kg. So this is the solution for problem number 1. And also we should specify the angle, direction, that is very very important. So if I measure the direction, we know that from here, from positive x-axis, that is with reference to mass m1, till here it is 180. So 180 plus how much is the question to be answered now from me? It is 180 plus 55 is 235. So I am getting the angle as 235 degrees. So theta is equal to 235 degrees. Hence the solution is mass m4 is equal to 12.27 kg and theta is equal to 235 degrees with reference to mass m1 or with reference to positive x-axis. So this is a complete solution for problem number 1. This is how you should address the problems on balancing of several masses rotating in same plane. In our next lecture, I will take few more different problems on balancing of several rotating masses rotating in same plane. That's all from this lecture. Thank you all.